Hi, Gail here. How are you today? Welcome to Radio Kidnappers, Voice of Hawke's Bay in New Zealand. Today I would like to talk to you a little bit about the power of the words you speak, the words you say to others and speak to others, and as importantly, the words that you speak to yourself. The words you speak to yourself have actually more power, and we are learning of manifesting, we are learning of being able to create the lives that we wish for, that we desire. I desire for you to have those as well. Anything it is that will help make you happy. So hopefully today a little bit we'll talk and cover aspects of the words that you can actually be mindful of. Just consider from here on to listen to the words you say, and listen then to the words that you don't say, the ones that go over and over in your head, and just have a little look at the quality of those. Because your words have power, both internal words and external words, in the words that you say. So one of the things I did want to talk about, I'm going to be going from here to there and all over the place a little bit today. But what I wanted to say is, if you do not choose your words carefully when making a comment on someone around you, someone you have had an interaction with, if you are just saying stuff for the sake of saying it because you're getting out your opinion, your judgment, your anger, whatever it is, if it is not useful, if it is not kind, if it is not caring, and those are the two words, kind and caring, if it's not that, then you are literally assaulting that person, whether they are near you or they are miles away from you. It is an energy frequency that you put out with your words, and you are responsible for that. If you know this, then there is something that you can do about it. A lot of us just say stuff and we just don't think about it. So we're 75% water, our body, and because we're 75% water, we pick up on vibrations. We pick up on vibrations of energy, of attitude from people, of all sorts. You know, you can talk to somebody and they're nice and kind and sweet, and yet you just get that they don't mean what they say. You just get that they're actually trying to, they just don't actually care, or they just don't like you, or something. And that is the vibe of the kind of like the inner thoughts. In some ways, by what someone is saying to you, that kind of modifies it slightly, but only slightly. Feeling behind words means everything. So if you say words and you really feel them strongly, be very careful about how you pick those words. You can neutralize those words by saying something opposite, or something that may question what your opinion of what you've just said about that person or what you've said. And that can help. You are responsible 100% every single time for the words you use, which is, it sounds like it's like can we do anything right? Simply is, how are your words affecting someone else? How are your words affecting you? It's just mindfulness. And mindfulness is an awareness, an in the moment account of what we are doing, thinking, saying. Now, to improve your life, and we are wanting good things for ourselves in our life, and we are wondering why they are not coming. We are a good person. Why are these things not coming? What are you saying to yourself? What words do you say to yourself? And yes, you may have done years and years of positive, I'm worthy, I deserve, and all of those kinds of things. Have you ever looked at what you truly believe when you say those words? When you were a child, your mother and your father, your family, your friends all said words to you. any words that were repeated either by your parents, family, or by other people, you've taken those on without knowing it. You've taken those on as truth. Those are the words you always heard about you. Maybe they were things like, you can't get anything right, or you'll never be good enough, or lots of those other things. Whatever you remember people saying when you were a child are what you are carrying with you today, that as a truth. You believe it. You believe it because you heard it so often. If you have done a lot of work on changing your beliefs, changing what you believe, and that's simply by saying lots of positive statements maybe, that has resonated with that belief, but has it removed it? Check in with yourself. What do you believe about yourself as opposed to what you were told about yourself when you were young? Even teachers told you, that maybe you wouldn't amount to anything. And maybe that was a challenge, and maybe you have. Or maybe it's actually kept you stuck in your life, feeling like you can't really achieve something, that you've got nothing to offer, or things like that. The power of words affects you from the time you are in the womb, and it gives you a feeling, and that feeling has even more power because that is part of you. You carry it with you. It forms a belief, and that belief is your truth. Anybody's belief is their truth. Okay, you can't challenge their belief, or they will bite back or fight. So, because words are powerful, and because we can choose our words, there is this aspect of, and I've struggled with this most of my life, is I didn't know how to articulate clearly and precisely the words that were coming through me that I would get from God, because I asked God everything, because I needed to know everything about everything, because this life did not make sense to me. And if you have any kind of connection like that, either to God or to the universe or source or whatever, always just throw your questions up there. And they come back like whispers sometimes, and they come back sometimes if you're too busy, you won't hear them. But they are power words. What I find for myself are that if I get a word or words for a client and I say those words, they mean nothing to me. Some of them actually sound a bit silly to me, but that person resonates with the word. And the other thing that I can tell you about that word, or it could be a group of words, but it's generally only a few words. Those words have layers of meaning. They don't just mean what we literally can conceive they mean. They relate in every way the word relates to every area of your life a lot of the time. So if you get a word pop into your head, please just be curious. It's like, what does that mean? And then you'll see things outside of you and around you that start to resonate with that word. And if you feel that you want to sit with it and think more deeply about it, then you will see more. And if you sit with that, you will see more. It's like opening a door a little bit and seeing a little bit of sunshine, and then opening it a bit further and seeing more, and opening it wide and just getting all of it. It's like it answers every question that you have, and it couldn't be just one word that does that. So your words, though, affect other people around you. They are powerful words. They need to be mindfully said with care and consideration. And the reason for that is not just that you're going to affect that person, but you're actually affecting yourself. You speak hate words or angry words, and your body has a reaction. It feels it. It resonates in every single cell of your body and that person's body. So we don't think about it. We don't think about how our words have affected a person, but I can guarantee you there will be something that someone said to you when you were young that you still carry with you today, that you still sometimes hear in your head, and you can do something about those words now as an adult, because by now you may have, helped to define who you are a little bit more. And the words then that you now say to yourself have equal power and more power, much more power. So I wrote a couple of things down, as I do, and as I do, I need to look. So I'm really sorry about this. I'm not professional. I try, however, this is me. Now, and I said that your words actually affect how you feel. So if you want to be happy, then you need to say positive things. It's kind of like just a simple kind of ABC. And see, I'm reading now. So this one thing, and words create a response in us. If you are looking that perhaps you wanting to do something in life and there's just something holding you back, like I've experienced this heaps and still do. If you, it's fear, and it's fear that if you do, you might get those comments back. If you do, that maybe people will see you the same way that you were told you were when you were a child. If there's anything holding you back from, I've invited you on here, right? So you've got something to share, seriously. And now's an opportunity. If you, it's easy, we make it easy. If you have anything that you want to share, and it can just be a personal story. It can be, how you are and how you got through things in your life. It can be about something that your life experiences have led you to do, and this is what you do and this is what you want to share with others. Please contact Jill or Ken here at Radio Kidnappers, and they will make it so easy for you. And I mean it. Like, I'm the scarediest scaredy cat there is in the world. Always was my whole life, and I'm doing it. And I muck up. And it's okay, I think, I hope. This is me. So, I said about the power of the words that you say to yourself. So if you're manifesting, and if you're finding that that's not happening, so if you are saying all the right things and you go, yes, I deserve it. Yes, I know this can happen, and it's not happening. Why is it not happening for me? I will guarantee you that it came from something you were told that as a child about your ability, your deserving, your capabilities, your possibilities, and what was possible for you. So if you are having a little bit of a problem with that positive thinking and it's not working, keep doing it. Keep doing it. It will manifest in your life. The second thing to do is just to go, why not? Like, why not for me? Why couldn't it happen? You could find examples of people in the world where they have found love, for instance, how did they find love? Do you know? If they can find love, then of course I can find love. And finding examples of people in the world who are doing what you would like to be doing is something that can actually help manifest that for you even more, because it's like, well, they are, and you might go, oh yeah, but they're just good at it and they just have a skill to do it, and it's just like, well, you could too. Did you give yourself a try? Did you give yourself a chance? Did you even, take one step? If not, take one step. One step, and then one step, and then one step, and then everything happens, everything falls into place. Now, I said about unkind words before simply because we've lost a lot of my generation's kind of value of kindness and caring, and now we are teaching it to our young ones, which I find utterly incredible. Kindness and caring are what helps a person stay alive. And in New Zealand, came to me not long ago about Charlotte Dawson. Now, she was a beautiful soul, like beautiful inside and outside, highly attractive, very low self-esteem, allowed haters on Twitter to affect her ability to function to the point where she chose not to stay alive. And words are that powerful. So, but you also, and this is what I'm going to say, karma is a bitch, excuse the language. Whatever you put out there will come back on you. If you want to be happy, the way to be happy is to say nice stuff, is to be kind to people, is to find even one thing. If they're a horrible person, find one thing that you can appreciate about that person. So maybe they are angry and hateful because they have been really hurt, and it doesn't excuse their behaviour, but it helps understand where their words might be coming from. And if you're one of those people who has been really hurt in your life by experiences that have been very personal and very attacking to you in some way, I feel for you. You are not the only one. But you can change your life around. You can have the happy life yourself. Start putting it out there in some way, or even do something for someone. If it's hard, just give it a go. If it feels awkward, just do one little thing. I guarantee you, if you say something nice, something good will come back. And if you want to improve your experiences in your life and are saying hateful things, your life will not improve. Your experiences will not get better. Okay? Now, words can change a life. Words can take a life. So choose the power that you want your words to give. And think this, what you give to others is what you are wanting to give to yourself. And I get it. You might hate on yourself. We all hate on ourselves at different times. How does that work for you? Does that actually make you feel better, happier, or just give you some short-term kind of justification for, feeling horrible? Now, there was this other thing as well, and I'll just say it. So be the change you wish to see in people around you. So if you have people around you who are all talking about something that's kind of like got a negative feel to it, then you can be the one that can actually say something, change the subject, say something that's nice or different, and just see the reaction. But definitely see the reaction in yourself and how that makes you feel, and how it makes you feel differently to how you were feeling when everyone was talking about these other things or people in negative ways. So your ideas, now if you get an idea, this is the other thing, words can give you ideas, and if you get an idea, it will stay with you. It's almost impossible to remove an idea. So getting ideas, being open to having an idea about, what do I want to do in my life, or what's next, or anything else, that idea will stay with you. If you've had an idea in the past about, like a job that you've wanted to do, that will stay with you. It'll keep coming back. It doesn't haunt you. It just keeps coming back. It kind of does haunt you because it wants you to do something about it. So if there was ever anything that you thought that you'd like to do, even if it was when you were a child or now, please follow up on it, because it'll just hang around. The idea will still be there, but the idea is going to give you a step toward what you want in your life. Okay, now we're almost out of time. Communication, actual communication, is an art form. I'm not a heck of a good at it myself. I try and improve on it all the time. That's all you've got to do. If you want to have a good communication with people, do you know what it's 80% listening and 20% speaking. Speak about them. And I get it, sometimes you're always the person that does that. But guess what? You will be happier for it. Speak to yourself the same way. Listen to yourself the same way as you would with others. And on that note, lovely people, take care. I'll be back in March to give you a rundown for the month of March. Stay safe and happy.